In copyright law, the law allows a copyright owner to collect actual damages that they've suffered because of the infringement, plus any of the profit taken in by the infringer. That's perfectly fine. That makes sense. You know, if you lose money, or someone is making money directly off of your work, sure. You know, if the court decides that, that makes sense. But if a court finds willful infringement, which they, would, they can also award statutory damages of up to $150,000. And it's that number. That is a terrifying, life-ruining number. If you receive one of these settlement letters, and I hope that you never do, the choice is between $150,000 per work, which may be a file, maybe a video that you uploaded, plus attorney fees in a court battle, or taking the settlement offer, whatever that is. This is exploiting copyright as a revenue model. And that is a clear abuse of its original intention. The Constitution states that the purpose of copyright is to promote the progress of science and the useful arts. It was intended to cultivate creativity by letting artists and inventors profit off of their work for a limited time. Instead, what has happened is we've criminalized some types of creativity, and like patents, we've turned copyright into a weapon. If money is not changing hands, nobody should ever feel afraid to make art that builds off of another person's work. For that reason, I think there should just be a non-commercial clause in the copyright code. And the hard part is that no amount of lawsuits or legal threats will change the fact that this behavior is considered normal. I would bet the vast majority of people, especially young people, see nothing wrong with non-commercial sharing, remix, with attribution. Or they think, as we've seen, they think it's legal already. So that's why I say that remix culture is our prohibition. We have a vocal and powerful minority, which is the record and film industries, fighting to criminalize commonplace activities from law-abiding people. We've turned every teenager with a computer into a criminal, and maybe that can work for a while. But what happens when that generation that's totally comfortable with remixing becomes a majority of the voting public instead of its fringe youth? What happens when they start getting elected to office? Because you can criminalize the commonplace. You can criminalize the ordinary activities of law-abiding people, but eventually something has to give.